Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Masterpiece. Here is to, excuse me, inspire people to get active, to stay active, to be inspired. More importantly, to be an inspiration. Today's masterpiece, a true inspiration. She's a wife. She's a mom. She's a full-time professional. She's also a soldier, and she's striving to get that pro card in bodybuilding. So today's masterpiece, inspiration, Miss Arlene Hill. Stay tuned after this introduction to hear her story.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
Good evening, Miss Hill. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm perfectly fine. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, sharing your time, sharing your story, and being a masterpiece and an inspiration to others. Thank you for your support. Very much appreciated. And thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. So, want to get straight into it. So, as you look back in your childhood, did you ever imagine that you would be a competitive bodybuilder?
Nope, never. I didn't even really knew that this sport even existed
Oh, wow.
growing up. So no.
So, how did you get into it? What led you into bodybuilding?
So I've always been active growing up. I never can say that I really committed to a sport. I say I dabbled into different sports growing up. Tried gymnastics. It was in dance. Tried a little bit of Girl Scouts. Played softball in high school. Wasn't great at it, but I dabbled into it. Um, and then I think my great fitness journey began when I was introduced into to CrossFit,
Oh,
and that
wow.
was in 2013 when um, I kind of learned about CrossFit just through different gyms and friends from my previous employer, which was the Border Patrol. And I think from then on, I just fell in love with the sport. Then got introduced to Olympic lifting, and I think I transitioned from CrossFit to Olympic lifting. And that's when I started training with my previous coach, Ursula, from Texas Barbell, who's actually the president for the Federation of Olympic Lifting. So I kind of, and most of my time I spent in Olympic lifting, competed in Utah, never made it to nationals. I kind of rea- was telling myself, why am I not progressing in the sport? And that's when I realized that I think I lacked the strength. I was so had a tunnel vision in just the three movements in Olympic lifting, which is the snatch or the two movement snatch, the clean and jerk. And I only focused on that. I didn't go to the gym to strengthen my muscles, to grow, to build. Um, I started to gain a lot of weight, and this is the during the time that I actually went on active duty for the Army at Fort Hood, Texas. I didn't like the person I was becoming, especially getting
Mm.
older. And I kind of just started seeking around, and I think I heard it when I was at work. Oh, there's a first sergeant. Have you met her? She's a bodybuilder. And I didn't know what bodybuilding was at that time. And I kind of got curious and I started doing some Googling and I was like, huh, I wonder if that's something that I can do. I needed to lose the weight. I gained about 140 pounds, being 5'3",
Oh,
uh,
wow.
being 5'3", sitting at 140 pounds, and it wasn't 140 pounds of muscle, it was fat. And I wasn't happy with myself. And I was like, I need to do a change. So I need to challenge myself. And that's where I made the choice to give up Olympic lifting, was really hard for me because I did gain a lot of friends and, build a relationship with my coach, Ursula. And it's when I found my first bodybuilding coach in Killeen, Texas. And I went to him and I said, hey, can I do this? I want to do bodybuilding. I don't know if I can, but I'm here and I'm willing to put in the work. And that was my first experience. And it was probably one of the hardest things I could have done. But I drove in and I went in 100%.
Oh, nice. So you talking about change. So from being overweight, I guess, or not comfortable with your weight, doing the Olympic lifting and CrossFit stuff, and coming into bodybuilding. What's been the major transition? What's been the major change from where you were into bodybuilding? What did you have to change?
Definitely my diet. My
Oh
diet
wow,
was not enough and cardio. I told myself I didn't eat, I was a marathon runner for many years. I did 21 total marathons, actually 21
nice.
half marathons, and I've done 7 full marathons. And I think in my time, I was like, I just don't want to run anymore. And I just neglected cardio and my diet. And my husband would tell me, you need to do more. You need to do more cardio. I was like, no, I'm fine. I don't need it for Olympic lifting. I just need to do the two movements. And so definitely diet, learning the diet, balance, and, incorporating cardio back into my life.
Okay, nice. So at this point, how many times? I mean, you've been competing for 2 years. How many times have you taken the stage?
So I've taken the stage 3 times. I competed 2 times in figure, and when that was with my old bodybuilding coach in Killeen, Texas, and when I transitioned and moved back to Houston, I got recommended to seek who is my coach now, Coach Hassan Davis, and with him, he did the transition for me from figure to bikini. He just felt that, figure wasn't the sport for me or the division for me because of my build. I didn't have a lot of muscle. Um, and that's how the transition happened.
Yeah, so from figure to bikini, so and even bodybuilding. So sometimes there's some concern with women as far as putting on too much muscle. So do you have any reservations about putting on the muscle?
I don't, I just couldn't. Genetically, I unfortunately don't have the lower half of my body. I don't have the glutes and legs to be competitive in figure unless I wanted to be not natural. He just felt that with my personality, my build, and the progress that I have made already in figure from building my upper body, because figure is a lot more shoulders and back. I've already built that, is to try to focus and build my glutes and my legs. So the first show, I didn't build a lot. I think it was more, hey, let's get you transition from divisions and let's see what we can do. Let's see where the work needs to be done. And after my third show, which was my last show in December of 23, was in bikini, and getting some of the feedback from the judges, we decided that in 24 was to grow. So this is where my off season is in bulk and just trying to grow the areas where are smaller for me, which are my glutes and my legs.
Okay, nice. So you've been through the process 3 times. You've been through the process. So from prep, bulk, and all that other good stuff, getting on stage. So what do you love, or what have you discovered that you love about the sport?
Being such a subjective sport, it could be hard, but what I love about it is that you are in competition with yourself every time you get on stage. Is how can you be the better version of who you were when you previously competed? So you might be being judged, you have other girls around you, they're all were great, but you definitely have to be in competition with yourself. What how can I be better? How can I grow? How can I manipulate my body to be different than how I was previously when I was on stage?
Okay, yeah, good answer. I love that response. So what part of the sport can you do without? So yeah, what's your least favorite part of the sport?
Legs, training legs. That has been, I think, the hardest part, because for me is legs, is being hard on myself. I can train, 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 but it's so hard about the sport is that sometimes you just not happy with what you see. You might not see change in yourself, but it doesn't mean it's not happening because you see yourself every day. You
Hmm.
know, you tell yourself, what am I not doing? I'm training every day, I'm putting in the work. Why do I not see change? But when you start hearing the feedback from people around you who, maybe saw you day one when you first start in the gym, and they come up to you, is like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You've definitely come a long way, and you've grown. And to hear that, it kind of allows you to be more confident that, to trust the process, because, it just stayed consistent. It's not going to happen overnight,
Yes.
especially starting a sport later in my age. you know you're competing with girls who've done it much, many more years, or much more younger than I am. So, you know, putting all those things in mind is that, I have come a long way, and, it might take me a little bit longer, but, it's there, number,
Yeah.
I'm chasing one, I'm chasing top five. It's there. It's just keep consistent and just stay with and trust the process. It will happen eventually.
Yeah. So with your transition and like I say, stepping on stage 3 times, and even where you are this year with bulking, what's been one character trait that you needed, that you relied on, or that's, I guess, the most important during this process?
Confidence. It's definitely confidence. You have to be confident in yourself, because I mean, all that shows. If you go up there, you're not confident, your posing won't come together. You're nervous. You want to show the coaches, you know, I'm confident. I'm a 43-year-old mom of two, work full time. I busted my butt, and it's confidence, definitely confidence.
Yeah. So there, some days is better than others when it comes to working out and everything else, and sometimes this fear monster in the form of doubt can pop up and can show up. So in your moments of doubt, what gets you over there? How do you get over those moments or beyond those moments?
Just my kids and my husband. And it's happened. Just, I train with, I have a bodybuilding coach, but because of distance, I actually started training with my home gym coach, which is Jamal. And he started to push me. There's days that I catch myself breaking down, and just hearing my husband and my kids, because they've seen through the process. They're the ones that are with me 24/7 when I'm in prep, and just telling them, like, I can do this. It's not everybody can do it. Not everybody has the discipline, and I know I do. As I just have to believe in myself that I can do it, and put those tears, into work, into strength, and just drive, and just push harder, and just, you know, you know, make it into anger, I guess, allow me to just push a little bit harder in the gym.
Okay, nice. So very demanding sport. So I've been through the process a few times. Very hard, very demanding. So why do bodybuilding? Why bodybuilding? Why you stick with it?
I want to see what I can do with my body. I think for me is I was not very happy with my last show. I didn't wasn't happy with the placement that I got, and it was disheartening, especially knowing you busted your butt, you worked so hard, you put in the time, you followed the plan. Um, but I stick with it because I want to see what I can do, how I can change, and I know I can. So that's what just, I love it. I love to train in the gym. I love seeing results. I love the balance of the sport, but ultimately, just I love that I can, be an inspiration to other moms, older moms in their 40s, that it's hard, but when you have the support of your family and friends, you know, it makes it so, it puts joy into the sport, because there's joy. It could be a very, very lonely sport because a lot of people don't understand it,
Yes.
but I do it because I know that I can, I love being on stage and just showing people like this is the work that I put in. I did this myself. I had the discipline, I put in the time, and I want to show you guys what I, you know, performed, or the results of it was.
Yes. So how many bodybuilders in your family?
I am the only one in my entire family. In my entire family. I mean, a lot of them see me, and just like the military, I'm the only one in my entire family. Law enforcement, only one in my entire family. I guess I'm the unicorn of the family, where they call it, that just likes to do different things. But that's it. It's a lot of them, and the only thing they ever tell me is, I don't know how you do it. Well, you don't know you can do it until you try. So you just
Yeah.
gotta try.
So with all that you've done, I guess outside of what's been, I guess, your generational norms, how do you want your kids to see you?
I want to see me an inspiration, especially for my daughter. She sees me now, posing, and I see her on my side eye. She shadows me. She does what I want to do. I want them to see the joy of working out. I don't want them to see like it's working out. It's a job, it's just to compete. Workouts just ultimately is to have a healthy lifestyle, but to be an inspiration and a role model to them, to always just stay active. Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter where you begin. It's just starting somewhere. We all have to start somewhere, and that's what I want them to see, that you can fail, but it doesn't mean that it's over. You just got to keep trying. Just got to tell my son in soccer, you got to keep trying. You're gonna have some ups and downs, but you got to practice to be better.
Okay, nice. So, competed 3 times. You still at your amateur status. What would it mean for you to win your pro card?
That I've worked so hard in such a short time, because it's only been 2 years. I'm pushing, especially at the master level. It's a little bit easier just because there's not a lot of us in the master level, so to win it is just, I know that I've worked and I've been disciplined, and I would love to get it, and I'm gonna keep pushing until I do. I mean, till God allows me, the health and the will. I'm gonna do it until He tells me I can't anymore.
Yeah. Well, good luck. We'll be watching. Hopefully,
Thank
you earn your
you.
pro card, your next competition. But so what's next? What happens next? What's next for you? What's next for you? I mean, I know you bulking this year. So what's next? You get back on stage in 2025, or
We are. So we just talked to Coach Hassan, and we decided that we are ready. I think we've put in the year of bulk. So my next show will be in May of 2025. So we start prep in December, probably mid-December, and we push forward and step on stage back in May.
nice. Well, good luck. Like I said, we'll be looking out, cheering you on. You have our support. You win. Hope you can come back here and discuss your journey from today to your earning your pro card, and continue to inspire more people. So, can you give us a motivational message? So, there's many Arlene's out there, and whatever the case may be, that's looking for some inspiration, need some motivation. Can you give us a motivational message?
Start somewhere. Don't doubt yourself. It's never too late. It's not going to be easy, but things don't ever come easy. If you did, everybody would do it. Just start somewhere and just push it, because we all can do it. Doesn't matter in age. Doesn't mean we're broken. We just mean we got to work a little bit harder, but we can do it. Anybody, man or female, doesn't matter what age or where you start, just start.
All right. Thank you for that message, man. Much appreciated. But we'll give you a minute to talk about your trainer. What great things do you have to say about your trainer, SBM?
So my team is a team SBM. They also have a training facility down in Houston. My coach is Coach Hassan, and he works alongside three other trainers at the gym. But what I love about Coach Hassan is he cares about his clients and his athletes. He doesn't just see us as another person to put on stage. He definitely hears us, he understands us, and he knows, he shows that he cares, and he does. He's a busy man. He's a father himself. He's a husband. He's a business owner. But on top of all that, he puts time for all his athletes, and or even his just athletes that don't want to compete. They just want lifestyle. He is there, and he's there for anybody who's willing to put in the time. And I encourage everybody, go visit him on Instagram. It's Coach Hassan at Team SBN and Training Center, and you'll learn a lot about his athletes, his coaches. They host events on Saturday morning, which is a boot camp. So if you are around Houston, you want to try it out, Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock. You can go to the website to get the address, and it's a family affair. So you bring your husband, bring your kids, but I definitely encourage everybody to, you know, go look him up on Instagram and go into the website and learn a little bit more and reach out to him. He's ready to bring you on.
Well, thank you. Very well said. Thanks for sharing information about Team SBM. If you are in the Houston area, hey, even online looking for some great training, hey, be sure to contact SBM. You can see their information on this podcast, or you can follow it in my stories. I'll be sure to post them in my stories. So, Miss Hill, thank you for your time. Much appreciated. Do you have any additional parting thoughts for us, ma'am?
No, I appreciate the time you reaching out to me and allowing me the opportunity to be on this series, and I really appreciate it, and just thank you, and everybody just go do it.
Yeah, you heard from Miss Hill. Go do it. Like I said, we'll be watching you, following you, supporting you, cheering you on as you seek your pro card. Hope you get that victory. Come back on the show. But other than that, thank you for your time. True masterpiece, true inspiration. Our job here is to inspire just one person to get active, stay active, to be inspired. More importantly, to be an inspiration. So you have heard it. This has been the masterpiece. Thank you for your time. Go out there and get active, and we will see you next time. Masterpiece out.